bust out a couple even now, right now.
Yo, I got some pit bull puppies.
It's
Could have some headaches I got.
Okay, I got it.
Shoot,
And
come
this
on.
is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show. And this is how we do it. And this is how we do it. Hey, Gareth came in a second late. He usually be my backup. Gareth.
It's okay. We here.
Welcome, everybody. Gareth came in a minute or two late, so he didn't get to do my backup singing, but we welcome everybody to the Donna Smith Show. And this is how we do it.
Oh,
the Donna Smith Show. There we go. How y'all doing, everybody? Thank you. Welcome to coming to spend some time with us on your holiday. I do appreciate it. We are here doing some grown folk table talk dialogue, and I ain't gonna keep y'all long tonight because I know everybody's probably hungover, ate too much, or still trying to get things together from a long weekend. Got to get up in the morning. I understand that. But I want to welcome you, and I want you to know that anything we talk about here on the show, any topics, any comments, any feedback, anything like that is not meant to offend anyone. If it's anything that gets your goat a little bit, just gonna slide past that. But I'm quite sure, stay tuned because something we're going to talk about is going to get your attention. So we do appreciate you. And with that being said, happy, what is this, Labor Day?
That's Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. You're not supposed to labor today. You're supposed to chill out, kick it, relax, have fun, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to do our toast to the hostess with the mostest. Where's the cups? Where's the cups? John? You know what?
Because I'm on my phone. Because I told you I was trying to empty out my work computer. I got
anyway,
a cup.
click,
Click,
clank.
click. Hello, hello.
Click, clank,
Hello.
y'all. Much love. I'm trying some new flavor wine tonight. Not that big on wine, but that one is pretty good. I must say, it's gonna do what it got to do. So how y'all doing? How's that holiday? Anybody got anything to share? Anything you do good? Anything, with Brian, he got a big birthday coming up on Wednesday, y'all grown folks. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Brian, in advance. And I know he been celebrating all weekend already, but we trying to, because Wednesday is hump day, the middle of the week. You got to go to work, Brian?
I certainly do. That's
the
way that I am.
You couldn't get a couple of more days off.
You know what? Labor Day weekend is very popular, at every workplace. And I had it off initially. Then some other little stuff popped up. I just went ahead and released it to my other managers, let them do it.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'll actually be working on my actual birthday in hella years. But, it's okay.
But you did have the long weekend. You was off today, right? You was off Friday. You was off Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Real good, real good. And we got to look at these birthdays as blessings for sure. We do a lightweight celebration, do what we do, but as we get older, they're definitely blessings.
Yes.
And we got to be thankful because, man, you
never know.
We already know, you feel me? So,
right.
Wow. And then, I just want to say birthdays, I thank God for reaching another and this and that, but they coming around mighty fast nowadays, man. Every time I turn around, I'm like, damn, didn't I just have them? Okay. I didn't kind of forgot how old I am. People say how old, when you get to the point where somebody asks you how old you are and you got to think for a minute,
Yeah, usually
you be really serious, you be trying to do, it ain't like you ain't in the ballpark, but you got to think about it for a minute because you didn't been blessed with having quite a few and they come so fast. It's like, well, dang. I think one time I said I was a year younger or 2 years younger. And then the person was like, you know, you lying. And I had to think about it. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's because you don't celebrate by the number no more. And when you're younger, you celebrate by the number. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 25, I'm 30. When you get older, you just celebrate.
You just celebrate.
You just celebrate.
I
You
remember
celebrated
when
favorite
I
flavor?
turned how old was I? When I turned 50, I remember my daughter came in somewhere with 2 big old balloons, 5-0. We were somewhere. I forgot. I said, if you don't pop them balloons, you better be letting everybody in here know I'm fine. She said, Mama, you should be all excited. I am. But everybody ain't, you ain't got to prance in here with a big 5-0 balloons. Is that a woman thing? Do y'all men trip on that too?
Not really. I mean, I have a little bit, but like I don't want nobody to know exactly how I am. But
I mean, not right on the, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't
Folks say,
ashamed.
you know, they'll say, well,
I
you
don't
know.
think we show up to each other's birthday with 5-0 balloons.
I wouldn't
Mine
mind.
for 25.
I wouldn't mind. I've had people tell me that I'm an OG, and I'm like, no, I'm not too much older than y'all. I don't know what you're talking about. But in comparison to these 20-year-olds, I guess so. But I mean,
Oh yeah, well if they 20 and you
and I'm
almost 40, they may be
yeah,
looking
they
at
looking
you
at
as
this
an
like
OG.
it's not that far away, but you know they don't think of it like that. As soon as you get over that 30 hump, it's over. You get all your hoeing done in your 20s. Get all of that out the way.
They still hoeing, they still hoeing in their 60s. I don't know what you talking about. They don't
You
stop.
ain't lying. I was just about to say.
It does not stop.
The
They
only
just
time
hoe
you
in a
get the
different
hoeing
way,
out
but they
the only
hoeing.
Get the
time you
wild
get
partying and stuff
the
out
only
in the
time you
20s.
get the hoeing out the way is when you decided not to hoe no more.
I don't know. I mean, do a man typically do I'm not a man.
Or a woman.
I'm just asking I just want to know. Do men get to the point where they get tired of hoeing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
You do?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
And that's when you want to settle down and stuff, huh?
No, you just don't want to help. You just don't want to hoe.
Not,
Right. Not necessarily.
Oh, you may not want to settle down, but you just don't want to hoe. So you want to get with, you want to have one.
No, you just don't want to be a hoe. That's the bottom line.
Well, what is a hoe?
Yeah, I don't think
Wait, hold on. We're talking about, hold on.
I'm trying to understand. Okay, what is a hoe?
We just said talking about when you get tired of hoeing around. You just said talking about hoeing around.
I just want you to explain.
We're not about to describe a hoe.
Ludacris got a song called Hoe. Maybe you should listen to it.
It's a hoe. I don't want to hoe no more. Ho, ho,
no, you hoe.
He's asking.
Hoe. He gives out all the definitions of what a hoe is.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you never heard the Use a Hoe song? That's a classic.
I heard the song These Hoes Ain't Loyal.
Okay, well.
You ain't heard
that.
Room?
Which one?
Hoes in My Room by Ludacris. And
let these hoes in my room?
Yeah, that right. That's funny.
Was he crying like that? He wasn't happy about the hoes in his room?
Not these particular ones. No,
most men be happy about some hoes in his room, especially if it's more than one.
Yeah, it's a song with him and Snoop Dogg. It's quite funny.
These hoes.
Every hoe ain't able.
Yeah.
So you get to a point, back to the topic.
I just had to
y'all always going to the left, trying to take me down some kind of lane, but I'm gonna stay with this.
I went over to the left.
Okay, so
your question was
when does a man put down his hoe?
No, you said do a man get tired of?
I'm asking it differently now, John. When do a man put down his hoe card?
When he decides he don't want to hold no more.
Yeah.
But what makes him decide he don't want to hold no more?
That individual, case to case basis.
Yeah. Every man is different, although y'all think we all alike.
So is it a particular age frame?
No, just told you. When he decides to stop holding.
So a man JJ's age is not quite 40 yet, but close to it. He can decide at that time?
He could decide when he was 20 something.
Yeah.
He can get married, decide he can mess around and get married and everything else.
Yeah.
It ain't an age. When is it when a woman decides she gonna stop hoeing?
Women don't hoe.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Stop the press. Stop the press. Y'all about to send out the wrong news.
Women don't hoe.
Oh no,
Women just are great entrepreneurs. That's all. It's entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurs.
But they don't hoe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Shay? Yeah, I know. I hear you, JJ. I know. I hear you. Right on. But women don't hoe.
They don't hoe around, right?
I mean, well, because a woman is always ready, and usually it's
God.
You know, she's ready to settle down and be with the one and be with one man. She don't need no 5-6 men at one time.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
You don't.
Brian, have you ever heard of that there is not one woman who mess around with more than one man?
Hell no.
No.
How you think
Brian,
Jody,
you need to quit smoking on that
How you
stuff.
think Jody survived? How you think Jody got his name? Stop playing.
Jody got his name from his mama.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his mama. Mr. Henry's wife. Necessarily. That was his mama, Mr. Henry's wife.
I'm interested in this topic because I don't know why it fits into, folks say that men are hoes, not all of them, but the men usually are the ones they identify as being hoish, right?
Really?
You don't hear that often about a woman being hoish.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah, the wholeness started with ladies. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
When did that start?
If I gotta break the news to you because you just don't happen to know, hoes was more of started with female. Just female. Men were only just trying to get the ability.
Oh, quit playing.
Hey, Delary said, the late great Delary said, I'm an honest hoe, and all my hoes is honest in Harlem Nights. Okay.
She was acting.
I know, but she was playing a character based.
She was playing a character that wasn't true. Wasn't true.
Oh, is that what we're gonna believe?
But I'm just saying. What's so interesting about this is for you men to really think that hoish behavior started with women, and that's really interesting.
I'm not saying. What I'm saying is there's always behavior in both men and women. There is hoish behavior in both men and women. Because how do you think guys have barbershop talk about the same woman? How do they sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, I was with Karen also"?
Well, a lot of time he's trying to trip the other dude up. He's trying to trip the other dude up from wanting his girl. So he want to make her seem like a bop.
Let's put it this way: ain't no trickery, ain't no deceiving, ain't none of that. Folks is just telling they business. No, we ain't saying that. We saying when folks is telling the truth. When folks is telling the truth about Roundaway, we was Run DMC, and them used to say that everybody didn't have. So
if she didn't sometimes coincidentally. No, listen. Sometimes coincidentally, shop talk and beauty shop talk, because they do it in both places, right? Sometimes you end up talking too much and you find out that you didn't had the person that this person is now with, whatever the situation. That don't mean they a hoe.
Donna, you find out sometimes that they done left your You like, wait, hold what the hell up? She just left my house. Or just stop, Donna. Your ear ain't to the ground where men
When
suck
have
their
you
dick.
heard somebody in the barbershop say she just left my house? What barbershop you go to?
Let me tell you, I done watched cats damn
Boys
near
in the
try to take each
hood.
other. I done watched cats try to take each other heads off because they done found out about the same woman. What are you saying?
What do you mean? They just left her house?
No, I'm saying that she dealing with both. Oh, Brian, thank you. Brian, text her a hit, Brian. Text
JJ
her a hit.
and Gareth. Y'all
Text
hear me
her a
though?
hit, Brian.
Y'all feel me though?
Brian,
All
JJ,
women
come
don't
on.
have to be hoes just
I
because
didn't
they
say
sleeping with
all.
more
See,
than one
stop
dude.
adding,
That's the
stop
thing.
adding stuff to it. I never say all. I said that behavior is in both men and women.
No, they say
period.
that the men have hoish ways.
And women do too.
It's possible. It's yeah, I mean, yeah. But women are the ones who are most and first recognized as hoes. So
Where they do that at? Where they do that at?
All around the world.
Yeah.
Why is women first recognized as being hoes?
I didn't say they was first recognized. He didn't say that.
I said
We're talking about
Brian did
men
say
and
that,
women.
John. You need to listen.
He said
But
most recognized. He
but you
said
gotta
most
start where
recognized. If you really want to break it all the way down, you would have to go. You would have to date back all the way in history. And I don't think we have time to do that in this podcast. But but if you want to break down the whole history of how women have been discriminated against because they're considered more promiscuous, but really I think it's a way to control women and shame them. That's one aspect of it.
By saying that they hoes?
Well, I mean, it's making it. How I'm trying to say it is, it's more acceptable for a dude to be more promiscuous than a woman in a lot of ways.
No, it's not acceptable. That's why we get the hard blood of it. We get talked about bad. Sometimes we can do one thing and we the dog of the century. We done won the Oscar, and but she can mess around and get pregnant by somebody else, and come and try to tell you how she done did this and did that, and some cats still kick it in there. They ain't giving her no award for being the worst blonde on the.
That's
Man.
some aspects, but you got for example,
we gotta say that it exists.
You got like, let's take the little boy for example.
Okay, one at a time.
Let's take the little boy for example. You know how the aunties be like, oh, he gonna be a little heartbreaker and look at him and stuff like that. You feel where I'm coming from? The sometimes, when you're a young boy, the women in the family kind of make it seem like it's cool. But when you become an adult, oh, now you a player, you can't be like that, you can't be doing all of that. So it's like, I could go deeper and deeper into it. I don't want to.
And my whole thing is just saying this. I'm just saying both male and female have that same type of behavior. There are males and females that act the same way. There are females that are juggling different men, and there are men that's juggling different women. It's been going on before time.
Well, I mean, I will say that some women,
and that's what I'm
some
saying.
women may have more than one man, but she may not be in a relationship with any of them. So
she may not.
But does that make her a hoe?
No, we're saying hoish behavior, because the subject was, when do men decide to give up their hoish behavior? And we said when you decide to stop going. And it's the same with women. When do they decide to give up their hoish behavior?
Gareth, what did you say?
The man.
The man?
The Mac. The M-A-C-K. Mac.
The Mac.
Oh, M-A-C-K. Oh, you saying the woman is the Mac or the man is the Mac?
I didn't watch
the movie.
Oh, watch the movie The Mac?
Yeah.
Yep.
So the movie,
I got
The
that
Mac,
movie. I got that movie on my computer right now.
was she being a hoish behavior in The Mac?
It was about hoes.
Okay.
But I'm not talking about the profession. We just talking about the behavior.
I'm trying to understand,
using it in the sense
and I
that
know
women
somebody
sleep
watching.
around
Quit
just like
laughing,
men sleep
JJ.
around.
I'm
There are
trying to
women.
That's why I'm laughing. I
understand.
started this whole thing.
Can I say something? Can I
Yeah.
say something, please? Can I say something, please? Can I say something, please? What is hoish behavior? Sleeping with more than one?
You're the one who brought up the question. So what is
I'm
hoish
asking
behavior?
y'all. I know what hoish behavior is. But I'm asking you as the men, what do you say when you say women have hoish behaviors too? Now we already know that some men, not all, can
Yeah,
be
more
straight up
than one
hoes.
man.
We know that, right? We know
Yeah,
that.
more than one man. More than one man.
So if she's sleeping with more, I mean, you know, dealing with more than one man, she's hoish ways.
Around the way.
Around the way, girl.
Around the way, girl.
But what if she's not in a relationship?
Does
that still make her a hoe or just a single woman?
We just saying
variety?
the action, just the behavior. That's all they saying.
The behavior, what makes
not,
you a hoish ways with behavior is what I'm trying to get you to bring out.
The same way you just said about men messing with different women.
No, some men be trying to make all of them think that they his woman.
And some women do the same thing.
And that's considered hoish behavior. You doing all these different women, Agatha, Haggata, Daggata, Shagata, Fagata. You got
Donna.
all these women, and they all your woman.
Me and you know of a certain woman who got who the ex is still somehow struck. got the one she with and got the other one she messed with. And too.
Is that hoish behavior?
You
Yeah.
married to one and you mess with another and you got the other one dragging along and we don't know how far that's going. Come on. Okay, let's switch it. Picture it as a man doing it. Is that hoish behavior?
If he is misleading the women into thinking that they are his woman and he's going from woman to woman to woman, that's hoish behavior.
Hoish behavior could just be, I'm messing with you and I'm over here trying to get with your friend. That's hoish behavior. I ain't gotta sit up here and just because I ain't said nothing to somebody.
That's just scandalous, but that's not if you're no, let me say something.
Yeah.
That's scandalous to be messing with your friend, your dude or your girl's friend. Yeah, that's downright scandalous right there. But is that considered hoish behavior?
Yeah.
Okay, take the friend and turn the friend to the
hey,
neighbor
Cordell.
down the complex. A woman who live in the same complex. Let's put it that way. Take it away from the friend, and you creeping down there trying to sleep with that.
Okay.
And you coming back to the one you so-called with. Hoish behavior. You ain't even got to be with nobody. And you put it this way, like I told you, when I was living the single life, I had the right to do whatever I wanted to do. So yes, that's really what it came down to. I was going around. I was trying to get
what you living the single life now. So if you was dating 2 women, 3 women, would you be hoeing?
You hoeing.
Why? You're single.
Listen, Donna.
I'm trying to understand it. Why you have to be a hoe because you single and got mo?
There are different levels to it. And
different levels to hoeing.
Yeah. To what?
Sorry, Cordell. I know you didn't came.
You didn't see the Players Club? You didn't see the Players Club?
They doing too much, Cordell. They doing too much with this.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
It was your question.
No, let Brian get his point off. He said it's different levels to hoeing. Can you break it down, my brother?
There are different levels to hoeing. You one level is you just hoeing just to get yourself some experience, and and everything is an experiment, but in the process, you done fucked a few people. All right. So now you got the intentional hoe who don't give a fuck if the person that she's trying to get to or he trying to get to is married or not. Don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck where, who, whatever they can get in. Them people is just notches on their belt. That's one. Or that's two.
The third kind?
The third one is like an accumulation of both of those. They don't give a fuck. Well, they kind of are giving a fuck, but they don't really give a fuck. It's something that sex itself does to them. So, in the process, they just knocking down a few bodies. But it's like John said, you should be able to do anything you want to do if you single.
If you're single, right?
You better do it while you're single, because get it all out your system. Whatever it is that's in your system, you just work it out. And then once you decide to settle down, that's what you do. You don't. It's more so of a thought than an urge to make it an action. So you just, you happy. You just
had that thought every now and again, and you just let it bounce off.
You just as happy not involving yourself as you used to be in involving yourself. See what I mean?
But that was hoish behavior.
Oh yeah. If you got 3, you done dipped in the hoish behavior, because you got to do some things to keep up with 3. So yeah, you was a hoe.
Even if you a single hoe, you a hoe?
You was a hoe. It's your behavior. That's what John was telling you. It's a behavior that's
where I'm lost. I understand you should be, if you're into one, you should be into one. I get that. I'm all for that. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you are single and you chose to do what you do, why you gotta be a hoe?
Well, it's just a little title, little label. It shouldn't bother nobody, because all of us went through them hoe phases. I ain't gonna put you on the spot.
I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe.
Right. I mean, if you're in a relationship and you doing all that, you a hoe.
Kind of depends how serious you are in that relationship. You can be in a relationship with somebody and be acting your motherfucking ass off, and the whole time you got hoish behavior on the side. She got no clue. That's a hoe. That's a whole ass nigga right there.
If you're in a relationship and you got another chick on the side,
it's a maturity level deal.
That's being a hoe.
Yeah.
I get that.
Whoever you messing with, you subject.
But like John said, if you in the barbershop and they talking, and just because one head then got with her and another head got with her, she got to be a bop and a hoe. I mean,
I didn't say she was
just may be a single woman, Donna, and she just ended up.
But Donna, you said like John said, I didn't say she was a hoe. We're talking about action, behavior. We're not talking, So, and like I said, see, I didn't have to be in no relationship. Like they said, I'm a hoe. I know I'm a hoe. When I was single, I was a hoe. I didn't care about nothing. I was trying to get some every night. It was no way I was going to be in my house by myself without smoking some weed, having some drink, and having me a female with me. Bottom line. So I had to hoe around. That's what it was. It was that behavior. See what it is? I'm the one really going from woman to woman. So it's just like a prostitute on the corner. She going from man to man, or a male prostitute going from woman to woman,
And she
whatever.
get paid.
So I'm the one going from all these different people. Really, I'm the one being tossed around, basically. So I got this hoeing behavior. And that's the bottom line. And I didn't care to where my mama was saying, girl, they said, oh, where your son? You don't, he a hoe. She would say just that very word.
But would you make those women think that they were the one?
No, I never lied. I'm like this. They say, didn't I just see you with Rosie? Yeah, I mean, okay, you see me, but I'm trying to talk to you right now. I'm just letting you know I'm digging on you. If she cool with it, she cool with it. If she ain't, see, that's what a player is. A player don't have to lie. He lay the truth. It's up to you to make the decision. You want to kick it or you don't. And I ain't mad at you. We still can go get some chicken and fries. Ain't no problem. See, oh man, please. I'm telling you from living experience, and people who know me will say that Negro is not lying. It's true. I told you I used to kick it at Pepper Meal every Friday, and I had me at least 8 women with me every time, and they knew I was
So
coming.
was you a pimp?
I was a straight player.
So how you gonna have 8 women with you at one time?
They drive their own cars. That's how.
Huh?
What you mean?
They drove their cars and met you at the peppermill, but they all knew that they were all there.
Let me tell you, I was the biggest, and I'm not glorifying this.
Oh, you was a pimp,
I thank
John.
Christ
You was a pimp
for everything. No, I was a player.
I was
a player. I ain't made no money off near women. I actually treated women, took care of women. You want to go? Peppermill knew I was coming. They left the fire pit reserved because they know the kid was coming through. See, let me tell you something. We getting more than one order of chicken wings, celery, and blue cheese. We about to lay it down. That's just how it was. This was a Frisco kid coming straight, stomping out to Fillmore, going over to another county that had no idea what time it was. The player game was strong, and it was on, and I was a hoe.
So you had hoish behavior.
So that's what turned me around, was the fact that I had to recognize I was really a hoe. Mothers know best. And even though I used to tell my mother, stop saying that, and all that, and they like, Mama, stop saying that. My sisters and all, Mama, stop saying that, or whatever. Mothers know best. And when I came to that realization, that's when I gave up my hoish ways. But trust me, anytime I was in a relationship, my relationship was my relationship. I respect my relationship. Yes, sir.
Can I interject something real quick? Back then, most men, even though they had those behaviors or the tendencies or whatever you want to call them, they seen themselves as being a player, but they wasn't a player. It was really a hoe hoeing around with different women.
Exactly.
So
you're right.
They glorified it by saying I'm a player.
Mm-hmm.
But you really wasn't a player. You was getting played. You was getting played.
Exactly.
So it's like John said, once you realize the fact that this ain't right, what am I really getting out of this? Get some notches on my belt or some notches on my headboard or whatever. You realize you grow up and you mature and you say, I'm better than this. This is just a game. I'm done with it. It's like putting your Lego blocks up when you're a kid. I don't want that no more, Mama. Give me a PS3. You know?
That's right.
I done grew up. So give me something else.
So Cordell, not to interrupt you, but when you say you were getting played, expound on that a little bit. How was he getting played?
Well, put it this way. Older women can see what a young man's doing. Like John said, his mom or maybe some other lady in the neighborhoods saw things that he's seen. But just like John said, hey, you want to hang out with me? You want to be with me? this is what I'm doing. So if you agreed, you agreed. But I'm telling you up front, you ain't the only one.
Yeah.
So he's being honest in the fact to say, hey, I'm being honest, I'm being truthful. I date a lot of women, I've been with a lot of women. So you're just gonna be a spoken a cog, or as they would say, a number in the Rolodex, or whatever you want to use in terms of a visualization of what he was doing, but he had a rotation. And what it was is that even though he saw he was a player, but in reality, he was being played. He was being paid by the system itself. Because he was just, you want to call it this way, he's being an actor.
Cordell.
Yes,
when
sir.
When two women is having a conversation about what you did and how you did this for them and did that,
right?
You get. Hey, come on. When it comes down to shoot, they want to go do something. Let's call John.
Yeah,
in a way,
me.
you don't realize you wear. That's why this really is like a testimony for me. It's for other people. You think that life is all about it. I really was a sugar daddy and didn't even know it. With everything that come with it, because you buying the drinks, you buying the show, you buying the food, you meet me at the gas station, you doing all this kind of stuff.
That's why I say he's being played. He's being played, even though he thinks he's a player. He's being played.
No, you are the player. You're a player that's being operated just like these video games, like you say, from the Lego to the PS3. Right. You're the player of the game, and they operate you.
But he feels as though he's being paid because he's sleeping with him. So
I ain't being paid. Oh yeah.
He's feeling as though he's being paid back for his favors that he's doing with them because she's giving up the good.
No, you don't feel like that. You don't feel like you're getting it back for a favor. Your whole focus is to get the good. I ain't looking for you to, even if I didn't buy you nothing and you gave, hell, it ain't gonna hurt me to split a bottle of liquor with you. I was gonna bust it open anyway. Hell, fire this joint up anyway. Hell. That ain't no problem. Shit, you can spend a night. When I'm gonna prorate you for one night, that ain't no problem. I'm trying to get the good. That's the whole problem. See, thing is, that's the whole point. The thing is, I'm seeking you. You know I'm dealing with this, and I'm letting you know I'm dealing with this, but I'm still seeking at you. My arrow is still pointed in your direction. That's the bottom line.
See,
a woman needs to be at the point where, first off, women and men, you don't get in line and be behind no squad of 10 or 12 other ones and know about it.
Stop it, Donna.
I'll just say this to the hoish ways.
And know about it.
Back in the day, when we all would go out on a Friday or a Saturday night, you knew what your intentions were that night. You knew. You had an objective and a mission. And the mission was, well, I'm just saying my point of view from a man's point of view. You might want to disagree, but most men had an objective and a mission. The mission was to find a new girl and take her home and do whatever. Until he grew up and said, hey, you know what? This is not right. I'm not going to do this no more. This is belittling me and my personality and the person I'm doing this to. Until he goes
in a relationship with one woman, and then he got a mission and an objective to go out and get him another one, take her home and get some booty, and then go back to the other one.
Is this man single or is he in a committed relationship?
If he's in a committed relationship, he being a hoe.
No, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
He being a hoe.
Donna, I'm asking a question. Is he single are in a relationship.
Well, you said he goes out on a mission with an objective
Donna, I'm
to get a
asking,
girl to
I'm
go
not
to
just,
bed.
I'm asking just a general question. Is he single?
We don't know.
Yes.
We don't know. This ain't no
Okay.
inquiring minds want to know. We just having an off the head conversation. I don't know if he's single or not.
Well, if he's single, he's not committed to nobody but himself.
Okay.
All right. Now, if he's in a relationship with a female, one female or a partner, whoever that person is, he might be committed, but he might not be. But he's not loyal to that relationship. Still gonna dip and dab.
You know,
Okay, say
commitment
that
and
part
loyalty
again.
go together.
Say that part again. He may be committed and he may not be.
But he still is gonna dip and dab if he has that behavior.
So he has hoish behavior.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. So that's if he's committed and with somebody. The point I was trying to raise, Cordell Bradley, is the fact.
My name, put some respect on it.
I said, if you're not in a relationship and you're single, why does it have to be hoish behavior? You're just doing what you do.
But he's going from person, or he or she's going from person to person, right?
They have a right to do what they want to do.
They do. They absolutely do. The problem will come into play, though, is the man himself does not share with the female. There might be somebody else in the wings, or there's somebody else around the vicinity that he's dealing with as well. Then it gets emotional. That female might come attached, and she might catch feelings, and then gets emotional. So he has to be upfront and say, "Hey, this is what I'm all about. You either get on board or you get left behind."
So that's what John said he was doing. He was letting them know all 8 of them would show up at the pepper mill, and they all knew about each other.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
So, but if they knew about each other, then he ain't really being a hoe then. He just being an upfront player.
But you got the hoish ways. It's a trip like Cordell has said and Brian both said. You don't realize you're really hiding and don't realize it that you're hiding behind the title or status of player. You're just hiding behind that. But in it all, what really are you achieving? Now, you're not a pimp, because a pimp usually collects money from a girl or a woman or whatever. But what are you really, and you going, then I just think you might be involved with 3 women, and you are the only one that them 3 women sleep with, but you sleep with all 3. But you're the only one that they sleep with. So do that make them look like they got hoish behavior, or make it look like you got, because you're the one being tossed around? It's just like, and they're not really tossing you around as if that's what they're, talking about or whatever. But it's really like you standing on 23rd Street in Richmond. One come by, pick you up. When they finish, they drop you right back off.
What
They walk you right. They drop you off, and then the next one come and pick you up. And when they finish with you, they drop you off, and the next one come and pick you up. And when they finish with you, they drop you off.
Hey, John, or could be 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday.
Yeah.
But a lot of single people do that. They have
Sherelle and Alexandra made it clear. They said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
See, they was covering up all the days with each other. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I can't get it. I don't know. My thing is, I get it when you're with somebody and you misleading them and you sleeping around and this now. Okay, that's being a straight up hoe. You just straight up hoe, and whether you're a man or a woman, that ain't right. But what I don't get is when you are single and you bouncing around with whatever you're doing. You got that right to do what you do. And if you have told people that you are seeing other people, you ain't doing nothing wrong. They still playing the little game with it. So why is that making you a hoish behavior? Why? I just don't get that part.
If you
I
marry
feel
a,
that there's a difference.
you ask a hoe, I go out with a hoe, a prostitute. Let's put it this be, and she say, "Well, just so you know, I'm a prostitute." And I say, "Oh, okay. I'm just okay with that." And it comes down to where I married a prostitute. Is the bottom line. So it don't, but so the behavior is what we're not talking
How you know
about
you
the
married?
label.
Okay.
Because she
saying
done
if
told
they
me.
tell
She told me. She told me but see,
I
it
mean,
ain't
was
the
she an
title.
ex-prostitute?
Oh, Wingy, I'm just the thing is, we what I'm what I'm saying
I
is
mean,
it's not about a title, it's about people actions. So I can easily say, well, why do women, when men are seen in that way or seeing going from this woman to that woman, why do women say, look at him hoeing around? Why do women say that then?
I think I think that it's when he's not being truthful and he's just having these different women and they don't know of each other. And that's when she looks upon him as being a hoe.
No, I ain't talking about no being truthful to who. She don't know that. All she see is he's in the face of this woman and that woman. Anytime a woman see a man in the face of multiple women, they gonna say he hoeing around. Look at it. He ain't nothing but a big old hoe. He hoeing around. So it's the same answer is the reason why women see it. That's the answer. Because that's where it all comes from. Because we ain't telling each other, Cornell, stop hoeing around.
Hey, you know, in my youth, I was a pretty let's just say interactive guy with the women, okay?
What were you?
Interactive.
Oh, that's a better word than saying hoish behavior. So is it true to say that most men, when they reach a mature age, you have been a hoe at some point in your life?
That's a personal decision made by each.
That's not right. That's case to case. That's case to case.
Not all men have been hoes, right?
I'll tell you, you'll be surprised of our individuality. Because men are always labeled as a group.
Yes.
Anything a man do, they make it universal. And we are the most individual. And some women, and I'm saying this, I'm not saying women, but some women do have that issue to where they do mimic others or whatever quite a bit in the dressing, the clothing, the makeup, all kind of stuff. Men are very might say, "Oh, I like that shirt or whatever. I'm gonna go grab me one of them shirts. So them shoes you got, them kicks you got on or whatever, you know." But we're the decisions, the things we do. It might now. Don't get me wrong. There are similarities in certain things based on the fact that we're acting in the mentality with the thinking of a man. We're acting in the role of a man. But other than that, we approach our relationships as we see them because they're case to case as it is for us as we are. Each our relationships are case to case. Each one, I say case to case, I can't, but
Like we some kind of study or something.
That's basically what it comes down to.
You ain't no
Because a lot of men,
study.
you'd be surprised how much studying we do be doing. Shoot, we be paying attention. You think we ain't?
JJ, are you with us?
Oh yeah, I'm listening.
From a man's point of
You
view,
been a hoe too?
oh,
JJ?
I'm gonna have an orgy after the show. What you talking about?
You been. I mean, I'm trying to understand. Y'all making me look at men totally different nowadays. I'm thinking they all.
Lord.
You need to quit acting so clueless, girl.
She's doing that on purpose.
Well,
I thought he was gonna get the ball wig.
Behaviors.
acting like little
I'm
Red
just
Riding
saying.
Hood. Huh? Why is your eyes so big, Grandma? Like she don't know it's the wolf.
No, I'm just saying. If you sleeping with a few, you're not a hoe if you're single. That's all I'm saying.
But we're not saying the title.
Wait, let me preface this way. You have a son, he's 18. One day he brings over Jane to the house. The next day, he introduced you to Mary. The third day, he introduced you to Chantel. The fourth day, he introduced you to Rosie. So what do you say to your son?
My boy.
I'm just gonna say, boy, you got a nice variety, but I want you to focus on school and your grades, so you don't really need a girlfriend, but you got a nice variety.
He's 19.
He got more than a girlfriend. He got girlfriends.
Yeah,
he's
19.
Boy, you behaving just like your daddy.
But it's the same thing. It's kind of the same thing Cordell is saying. When we see a boy like on some of them videos and they doing cursing and carrying on, we say, look at his he acting all mannish. He's acting mannish, but he's not a man. See, so when we're saying the person is acting hoish, but they're not a hoe, they're just acting hoish. So we're not saying, so when a person's single and they slip with them, what makes them a hoe? No, that's a title. We're not saying they're a title. We just saying when you sleeping around, that's a hoish behavior. It's just it's a hoish behavior.
So would y'all agree with that? If you're sleeping around, you're a hoish behavior.
Yeah.
What kind of behavior?
Even if you're single. I'm talking about if you're single.
Especially.
I said you're a sensationalist. You go by your sensation.
That's a good way to phrase it.
JJ, that seems
that's a good way to
have a sensational point there. You could be sensationalist. You could be a sensationalist. Now, but if you committed and with somebody, you're just being hoish behavior. That's just it.
No,
but if you're single, you can sleep with a reptile and 10 others, and that's your business.
You can't be committed to somebody and messing with somebody and go under the label of being hoish.
No,
you're a cheater.
I said if you with somebody, you cannot be doing that. That's hoish behavior.
No, it's the same thing. If you with
Donna,
somebody,
this is what I think you're trying to get out of us. Just my interpretation. When you're dating, and if you're dating several people, and you just from a dating standpoint, you're not being sexually involved with anybody. So what is that?
You're just dating. You're single. You're dating. You're trying to weigh your options.
That's right. You're trying to determine your options, right?
Right.
So even though you're seeing 4 different people, that ain't behavior that's really a hoish behavior?
No.
Is there sexual activity?
Not yet.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
I was doing it one time, but then I fucking turned 9. Goddamn, what the fuck?
You know what, Brian? Stop it. You turned 9. You need to stop. He's a mess.
Yeah, that's about right. If it ain't no sexual behavior, it ain't no hoish behavior. I mean, no sexual deeds, right?
Yeah, but people on the outside see it differently. They will see you being with somebody different every time they see you.
Yeah. So and they gonna consider you.
Yeah, the perception would look at it differently. They would perceive you to be having hoish behaviors because you're inconsistent with different people. You're not consistent with one.
Shouldn't be nobody's business what anybody does, though. People gonna say what they want to say, no matter what it is you do. You
Absolutely.
This is true.
That insinuate that you seeing multi and those could be completely platonic. They're still gonna label you a little hoe just based on what you see.
Because you have different people. Because you're seeing dating different people.
Yeah,
and you may not be, like Cordell say, you may not be sleeping with none of them.
Yeah, but you're being seen that way.
Right.
The perception is that you are because you're being seen that way.
It ain't nobody's business. That's my
it really isn't
nobody's business. So
it really isn't. It's just their perception.
Yeah, other people's perception. So if you're making certain moves and everybody knows your moves, then you ain't such a good hoe. You better underground.
Is it a such thing as a good and a bad hoe? I mean,
there's always some good hoes.
Them hoes like they're stupid hoes. You got
There's some good hoes and bad hoes.
Those bad hoes, dumbass hoes.
It's some hoes
y'all taking it to another level. I'm just saying.
Hoes.
People put these stigmas. They put this like Brian said. They're gonna assume what they're gonna assume just because. And Cordell, you see them out with different people. They just assume you're sleeping with all of them, and you just hoish behavior.
I mean,
it's wrong. It ain't that. If you out with the same person, y'all may not even be in a relationship. I've known situations where a person went out on a date with somebody, just dating them, not in a relationship, just trying to get to know them, whatever. A friend of somebody else they seen saw that and went back and made it seem like they was screwing for a whole year. They seen them out at a concert with somebody else, so it just blew up.
That's why I mind my own business, period. If I see somebody at a concert and I happen to know that they with somebody who I know, I already know I'm not going to say shit, but I am going to examine the level of loyalty I owe that person. I'm probably going to do that, but I'm a mind my own fucking business.
You're not going to go back and tell?
I'm going to mind
your business.
Yeah,
go back and tell how the concert was.
I mean, but then you have some who say, that's my very good friend, and that's my very good friend, and I don't want them to be played. So I'm gonna have to go back and tell them that I seen woo 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 out with whoever, and I let them know.
If it was my boy, yeah, but we see all kind of shit from people that are just not that close to us, and that's the times when I'm a mind my own business. But if it's in my circle of partners and people who I consider close to me, oh hell yeah, I got to just break it down for, and I'll set them up so they can go see it again for them damn selves. So, but
I ain't gonna say I'll go because I was in this situation and I just told the person, look, you need to tell them what's up. And if you don't tell them by this certain time, I'm going to tell them myself. Because a lot of people, I remember receiving news about somebody I was dealing with. Someone just came up to me. Hey, I think she did it. And I got pissed with all that, just the way he delivered it and everything. But I wasn't pissed with his delivery. I was pissed just with the story, but by him delivering it like that, so I'm thinking, I just don't want to go to nobody. Hey man, I seen your girl. What if I ain't got it all together? all correct. You know what I'm saying? He got some questions. Who was she with? Where was she at? Who was she just? Nah. So I'm like, check this out. You need to go let Richard, well, his name is Richard. You need to go let Richard know what time it is. And if you don't tell him in a certain time, I'm gonna let him know.
But do you really think that was your place to do that?
If it's my partner, look here. If it, and I've done this before. Someone who was married, and I ran into them over there in Jack London at a club over there, right? And check it, and I seen him up there skinning and grinning, all in this lady face, and he married. Now, for me, and this supposed to be my brother in Christ, that's my faith, and I'm like, dude, you married, you know, you know, if he was a single cat, but I would have, at least if he tell me, at least let me give him the opportunity to tell me it's none of my business. You know, because I felt like then, you know, I'm condoning it by saying, hey man, you're a married man. You know, he could have just been slipping at the moment, going through a weak phase or whatever. I don't know. But I'll talk to him and say, come on, man, what you doing up in here? Blah, 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 blah. But towards his girl, and I go say, hey man, I just seen it that he might fire on me. Shoot, you know, that's the kind of news you don't just break it down like that. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
like
I don't know.
Brian
I
said,
guess each
he needs to
scenario.
see it for himself. Set it up so he can see it for himself. Because he gonna have questions that you ain't gonna be able to answer. You know, and I say that even towards women. They should say, hey, look here, Joe or Bobo, you need to go tell her, I'm gonna give you this much time to tell her, or I'm gonna let her know myself. Shoot. And it's best that you tell her.
Yeah, I think it's a personal.
I think because that could get dangerous.
Yeah, because some people, like Brian said, I mean, I get it, and I kind of get what you're saying too, John, where, you know, if it's a really good friend, it kind of has you up against the wall, but most people just choose to mind their own business because they feel like they're gonna find out anyway.
You hope they're gonna find out.
Yeah, please.
You hope they.
I hope somebody say something to me.
It don't matter. It's gonna fall back to being your fault because of you. Do with you.
Sometimes they gonna think you hating and they ain't gonna believe you when you tell them anyway.
Or they think that you trying to get in between the relationship because you got a hidden agenda and all of that. So it's complicated. You think it might go one way, but you don't know.
And they start having a problem with you, and it's like, look, I was just trying to tell you
exactly
what's going on, but then it's like, okay, well,
that happened with me and a relative. Me and him was like glue. And he started dating. He was dating the one friend, and I was dating the other. And then she made some accusations, this and that, whatever. And it was, you know, I ain't gonna get into it. But the fact is, he took her word over mine, and over something that I would never do, and you know I would never do. And it just destroyed the relationship. You know, folks, man, please. So that's why I say here, you need to be the messenger. You know, now the only reason I'm going to be the messenger, the simple fact that this person had a right to know what's going on. Because I know I would want to know what's going on. I don't want to be walking around folks skinning and grinning, and in the back of their head, they looking at me like I'm some goddamn fool walking through there. And she over here cheesing all in these cats' face who probably she dealing with. And ain't everybody in here know but me. Oh, hell no. That means everybody got to die.
Oh, Lord. No, he didn't.
Oh man.
No, he didn't. But no, that's some interesting. I appreciate y'all's
You don't want
feedback.
to get shot, better leave now.
Yeah, that's why you don't play with people.
The bottom line, if you know, you just when you say speak up or forever, so forever rest in peace. Now forever rest in
You know, you don't want to go around killing nobody.
My
Down.
boy said,
I didn't say go around. I say go to one spot where I showed up and everybody knew but me. That's what I said. I didn't say go around nowhere.
Everybody knew about you. They gonna pay the price.
so everybody got to.
Everybody
Well,
gotta go.
you know, I can't do it. But anyway, let me do this inquiry.
Let's just put it this way.
Time is
sorry.
getting ticking. We
Folks
we're gonna make this a short
put it
show.
that way.
All right, come on with it, Doc.
We're gonna make this a short show. But anyway, this is inquiry my one off. Sorry, y'all, I had to dig this one out the hat because I hadn't been prepared, but I apologize for that. But anyway, I have been with this person for 3 years and now want another in our bedroom to enhance the flame. We can both pick who, like an interview per se, but I must make this happen and soon. How should I approach this? I am getting excited just thinking about it. I do have a couple in mind though. Am I being a freak or just curious?
Who's this from, man or female?
Thank you.
Are they married?
It's from the man.
We already
married.
So, tell it's a white girl or a white boy. We already know they white.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of folks of different. They got different races out here wanting to have that.
Come on, you ain't been out to the ones, man, to the gay white boy. There was a lot of brothers and sisters up in there.
Well, this gentleman needs some help because
I've been swinging.
This gentleman wants to have a threesome with his woman and he wants to do it now. It's a burning desire. Is he strange for wanting this? And he said he wants them to pick someone to maybe interview them. They can both do it together.
Meet at a public place. Bring your partner with you. Meet in a public place like a Starbucks or McDonald's or something. And have a conversation about it. Make sure you're not next to a whole bunch of people that can hear you. Take a booth somewhere, or go off in the corner somewhere and have a conversation about what y'all might like, or go to a park or something. Go to a secluded area, pick a nice table, and talk about what y'all would like to do. But have the rules set in place first, because with threesomes, people get left out. People feel some type of way. If you coming on strong, if two of y'all coming on strong to each other, somebody might feel left out. So there's that element that you got to keep in mind. Make sure, like I've said before, you got to have code words, stuff like that. If you don't have that established, it can lead to confusion. But go ahead and do your thing. Have some fun. Put some good music on. Have some wine. Some libations, have some snacks if you want to, make it a thing, make it a party.
But I like what you said, JJ, in regards to sometimes people get left out.
Mm-hmm.
And, it could be a situation where, like a man bringing in another woman, and he may be all into this woman a little bit more than he is into his woman. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 112 said, and you already know. He says in the second verse, "Don't get mad if I hit that too hard. No, you my heart. It's gonna always be yours. I'm gonna turn you out. Come on now.
I'm gonna turn you out." Or the girl that he brings could get into his woman.
Right, I've heard of that.
It could go a whole
nother way. You got to be prepared for that. You might be sitting on the couch.
The movie Menage a Trois.
But he's okay with them sitting down and kind of interviewing someone. So what? Do you put it on Craigslist?
No,
I mean, how do you
you meet up
solicitate?
and
How do
tell
you
you,
find somebody? Do you just walk
you
around
wanna
and yeah, that
bring
seems like a good
a
one.
third one in. You go to a club, you go somewhere,
The
y'all have
bank
a good
exchange.
time, so you can get a vibe to see how you vibing. That's how nobody getting left. Because you gotta make sure you vibing. We sitting down here. Okay, I need $35 to do a background check, and need you to sign this. You know, shoot,
We
you
ain't
should
doing no
you go,
background
you go.
checks.
No, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Shoot, no form when you take them and you go by, you see how these people getting down. If that's what you're doing, Lord forgive me, but I'm just saying you can. I would want to vibe with them,
I'm
see
just
how they
my
vibing.
thing is like I'm saying, like he's
Cause,
saying,
'cause they can tell me one thing, but you put a little. If I see them at the club, and they got a little liquor. You start seeing a little bit of something, you might say, "Okay, I see how they get down." But if they start getting there and want to fight folks and carry it off, you like, "Woo, thank you, Lord."
well, this gentleman wants to know how should he approach this. He needs to make it happen
Tell her.
now.
He got to talk to her. That's the only way. How you gonna shoot? You got to conversate with that person
He
first.
said he doesn't, want to be looked upon as a freak. And or just.
But you are. But he is. You're a freak.
Oh,
You're a freak of the industry, basically. Like, come on now. What you talking about?
Everybody got a little. Everybody got a
little freak in
membership.
the ring.
Okay, so if you want to add an extra person in the bedroom, you a freak?
Yeah.
No. I mean, that just
Since
here
y'all
we
going
go.
there with tonight's
That's
show,
just
you might as
that's
well
just
just
an
go
item.
there.
That's just an item that goes along with your freaky behavior.
Some people want threesomes and they're not freaks.
Some want four. What is they then?
They just curious.
Oh, George was a monkey. He was curious, and everything he was curious about.
Some people get tired of the monotony of it all, and so when you add an extra person, it's supposed to add excitement to it. It's not necessarily saying that you're not satisfied in the bedroom with your main partner. It's just you just want to try something else. Maybe having intercourse with somebody else right there in front of your partner. That's a turn on. People got their kinks. So you're looking at that and you're just like, man, this could. Okay, they got to go home. Now I'm really ready to do my thing with you. It's just the fact that people are willing to try it. That's the turn on of it all. So,
but you both have to be willing to try it, and you have to communicate about it. And sometimes you think that you're emotionally ready to handle something like this.
Yep.
And when it goes down, you find out that I ain't
not everybody ready.
I'm not feeling
it. I ain't gonna be ready. If it's my woman, my wife, and I'm gonna sit up here and watch somebody digging in my wife, the devil, the only thing that's gonna do, I'm gonna flip and everybody gonna die.
I'm staying away from John. He ready to take some lives over that. He ain't playing.
Let me out, though. Let me out, bro. I gotta get out the car. Stop the car.
I had to get out my seat.
Everybody gonna die.
Let me out, though, boy.
But like Brian was saying too. Brian was when we first started talking about Brian, you said pretty much you think it had to be the other race that would want to do something like that. So do you feel that our, people of color pretty much are not really into that like that? That's not something we really gonna be getting down happy about?
First of all, let me clear this up. I ain't at all racist. I just made a joke on what I considered obvious.
Okay.
All right. I've never heard anyone of color or anything else, this type of conversation come up, but I have heard it from Caucasians.
Okay.
type of shit over and now that's that. The other one is, I mean, it's some of it is a lifestyle and some of it is curiosity. You know,
Right.
it's either a one-hitter quitter type of deal with what JJ was talking about, in which, you know, you're trying to spice up things, you've been kind of bored and blah, blah, blah. If you want to, first of all, you can do whatever you want to do, but I mean, that's between you and your partner, you and your mate. So whatever you agree on between y'all, you're going to dive into that. You need to know that you can't do it too often. And you should not do it too often, or that's where shit get really, really messy. And there might be some feelings involving themselves after that. You know, just a quick cure, go on and get it.
Sheriff say he feel you on that. He feel you. He feel you.
Get that out.
I mean, what's too often? What is it every year on Christmas time or every year?
Like I said.
I mean, well, how often should you do that?
New Year's is a good time.
That's to do.
Huh?
No
New
time.
Year's is perfect.
New Year, bring it in the New Year.
A couple, whatever it is they into.
Maybe they birthday. Maybe they birthday.
Probably.
But pretty much y'all saying like a once a year type of thingy.
Maybe Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
If you already a solid couple, I didn't put no time on it. You're already a solid couple, just, you know, you do whatever you want to do. You know, whatever you think you're capable of doing, don't do nothing you're not comfortable with doing. And that threesome shit is just no joke, is what I'm telling you, because you opening up the door to all kind of shit. So
Pandora's box.
If you think you're ready, you know,
Pandora's box.
And
you messing with my mind. You messing with you playing games. You playing games with my mind.
The thing about it, I hear you, John. The thing about it, if your mate come to you and talk to you about this, right? They want to, they bring it down like he doing, right? Now, what if the partner, your mate, the other one say, no, I'm not down with that one, but you have this burning desire to make it want to happen. When you start being insecure that they probably gonna go out and have an affair on me or something because this is something they really want to do, but I'm not down for it.
No, serious. They got turned down, the idea turned down, then it's just like, all right, you got to respect that. If you go out and have that, you're going to end up having that without that person.
And then you're going to be having hoish behaviors.
It's all hoish behavior, Donna. Stop playing with me, bro.
Even the threesomes?
Hoish behavior. Yeah, that's
no.
Organized hoish behavior.
You in a relationship and you and your mate has agreed that you want to bring in some more pudding to the pootie pot.
Yeah.
And behavior. So you doing hoish behavior?
Yeah, that's hoish behavior. See, you got a problem with the title of it when you're both. The title is hoish behavior, and the behavior is the hoish part of it. It's all hoish behavior.
Y'all agree that this dude wants to have threesome is hoish behavior?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
think get a hoe to do hoish things, so we got a hoe to bring home so we can do hoish things.
You don't have to be a hoe to want to do a threesome.
You might have to
get somebody that's into threesome.
We didn't say he was a hoe. Nobody saying the title. Nobody saying he a hoe.
But
that threesome stuff, that's a cold piece of thing. If you involved with somebody, that you better know, because that's a cold piece of thing, boy. People ain't everybody. That ain't for everybody. That ain't everybody.
Not for everybody, and that's why they need to communicate. And he's
that ain't everybody game.
He
she
said
come talk to me about it. I'm gonna
want to make it happen fast. He said so. He's been having an itch.
Yeah, he got something else going. Yeah. I don't know, because that's kind of, ooh-wee.
He's just trying to speak some shit into existence.
Hoping that I guess he hoping she watching.
He needs to just go on and just have that conversation with his
I
girl.
just think it's a risky thing. I mean, I think and another thing is I also look at it as, a lot of men, well, not a lot, but some men are into wanting to bring another woman in, and that fulfills a fantasy they have, but they're not down for the woman bringing another man in. So I kind of feel that it's kind of like a selfish thing. It's like, you okay with it, but you not okay with me having another Jim Bob in there.
It's not.
I
That's
want to
not.
get
That's
down
not the
with
thing.
two. Huh?
That's not it. That's not it. Let me tell you.
What is it?
Because there's most likely in let's just say a heterosexual relationship. Most likely, the women will mess with each other, and all three will mess with each other. But if it comes down to a man, it would just be them two dealing with her. It won't be
The
no.
focus is she want both of the men to devour her.
Okay, you're not getting it.
Devour anymore, girl.
See, that's different. You're not getting it. Listen.
She wants both men to be on her.
Usually in a threesome, the woman in the relationship, she's gonna get both.
Right.
She's gonna get both, he's gonna get both. But when it's man, she gets both and he doesn't. Because he's usually not gonna go that right. So it's not really the involvement like that he see it, and especially if because he's gonna feel. You talking about you got to think what type of relationship is in a heterosexual relationship.
It's a man and a woman in a relationship. The woman says, "Dear, I want to have a threesome, but I want to bring another guy in our bedroom and not another woman. And I want you both to be doing me. You don't have to do each other. I know you don't go that way, whatever, but I need you guys to be focused on me."
So treat her like a hoe.
But some men, a lot of men, are not for that because they don't even want their bodies to be rubbing next to the dude, or it may get excited and he may grab at some or whatever. I don't know what the situation is, but a lot of men are not down for that. Now they'll bring a woman in any day of the week.
No,
they don't want another man in there.
Two men will get a woman and they will drive on her. But when it comes to his woman and another man, it's about something about the man's psyche or ego, whatever it is, it just doesn't register the same. But him and his boy, if they was
selfish.
Let me tell you,
I think that's being selfish.
No, because you said they don't want to be looking at each other or their bodies touching. Check it out. Some homeboys, they end up in Vegas, they kicking, and some chick come back to the room, they both gonna be up there slinging Johnsons from left to right. And it ain't gonna be no problem. It's gonna be just like after a football game, just getting ready to go home.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
But when it comes to your wife or a man, a lot of times, and another man, a lot of times it's just the point. Is the mentality, the psyche is totally different. He don't feel no type of nowadays we gotta be careful because some of these women who are in inviting women, they're preferring to invite women, and the cold part in them who they're preferring in, she better watch cheaters. The one who they preferring is becoming aggressive. She coming in trying to move the dude out the way. So let's not ignore the
But
fact.
again, he's for the other woman coming in, but he's not for that man coming in, right? That's a no-go.
When it comes to his woman, a lot of men ain't gonna do that.
That's a no-go.
That's another topic for another show.
It's a no-go. But if it's a woman we met in Vegas and we bringing her up to the room, it's different.
But
because I have no ties to her.
But
I have no
he's attached to her.
But if she brought a woman in, it's okay.
Because the woman doesn't seem threatening. You see, men deal with ego. You ain't gonna never understand that. The ego that men deal with. The heart ego, you will never, we can't even understand it half the time. You will never understand our ego.
That's why when men cheat and get caught, and they want a understanding, forgiving situation, but when he finds out that she's cheated and she get caught, he can't deal with it. Well, because another man has invaded his space. So another man has entered his woman, and it's something that just does not sit well with a man when it comes to that.
Donna, you talking about cheating? You just said so. If a man cheat on the woman gonna be able to deal with it.
No, I say if a man cheats on a woman, he wants her to be forgiving, understanding, and baby, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, and woo, woo, woo. She emotionally deals with what she deals with. But a lot of times a woman loving that man will end up staying with him and giving him a chance and saying, okay, we're going to try to make this work. She hurt, but she going to try to make it work a lot of time. A man, he ain't down for that at all. When he finds out that another man
that's not true. Stop speaking for men. That's not true. You speaking for men. That's not true.
If a man
who have been forgiven. There's a lot of men who have been forgiven.
You said that a man can't even deal with a threesome, let alone dealing with another man going in his woman.
You're taking a cheating situation. You from a recreational, you done went from recreational to personal. Now we talking about a relationship, and there have men who have forgiven the women that they with and for cheating. Don't shake your head. You don't know, Donna. See, stop doing that. Stop making with your opinion absolute.
Donna, I will say this.
He will never, ever forgive and forget that.
Oh, see, now you should.
He may stay with her for whatever the selfish reason is, but rest assured, he's going to bounce or he's going to cheat.
That's not true.
Last week we talked about a guy that loved this woman, right? He cheated on her. He wanted to go back because he loved her. And I was saying, don't go back because she's going to dog you out. Remember?
Yeah.
So what you're saying now is that ain't true. Most men can't handle it. Men are forgiving as well, Donna. There's some men that are forgiving, will forgive their wives, whatever, because they feel for her. They love her. They care for her. So you can't put all men in that same category.
Not all.
Yeah. So
yeah. Okay. Thank you.
It's just
I can't say all men because I know.
Yeah, but when you say there is no man.
I said some men.
No. Okay, but Donna, let me tell you, this is why men move out the state. They move to other states. They start new with women when they have issues like that. They don't have a problem with that. A lot of time it's either the ego is kicking. They want to be with the woman and they don't want to be around the people who know the story. And they don't want to kill them, so they move.
Yeah.
Bottom line, they move. But they stay with you.
I know. Audience, what do you guys think about that? Can a man deal with his woman?
Somebody gotta know somebody.
His woman cheating, can he forgive her and deal with the fact
he's still with the woman?
That another man has invaded his space? Is he forgiving?
Well, I would say this much.
Is she forgiving?
I don't know what happened to JJ.
Is she forgiving? I want to know, is she forgiving when he cheats? Is she forgiving?
Usually Now there's some women who won't, but there's a large percentage that will give
now
him at
we got
least
a
another
large
chance.
percentage. Man,
Yeah.
you women, that large percentage, them the main ones who teaching each other how to pop a tie. I can't even pop a tie like a woman could pop a tie. Shoot, y'all know how to redecorate a car and everything. And
We
quick,
do.
you can go on 7-Eleven and come out your whole car redecorated.
We do. We do. We good at decorating cars. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know, you come home and it's a bonfire and you thinking, oh, baby must be putting something on the grill.
y'all funny. But I know one thing. Some of these topics tonight got my head spinning. Y'all done made me, I done got sweaty and everything else. But
that's Stella.
I do.
Stella Rose.
You know
That's
what?
why.
Is there anything else anyone would like to say before we end our show tonight? Because we have went a little over time. We wasn't able to get to a couple of other questions, but we will catch up next week. Brian, you good?
I'm real good.
You real good right now?
Real good.
You cool? Cordell?
I got no
problem.
problem.
Still on the block? You still thinking about doing some what you call it? Hoish behavior things? What you think about?
You funny. I got a blonde wig for you.
You know what? You do it too much. You do it too much. John, are you all right?
All day.
And JJ, I just hit him up. I guess he might have had a connection issue or something. I don't know what happened, but JJ, thank you for being a part of the show tonight. Thank each and every one of you guys. And I know we kind of threw some hairy curveballs out here, table talking tonight, but you know what? This is what we do. We bring the heat and you never know how hot it's going to get. We got to talk about whatever. What do you say?
You said hairy curveballs. Like, we could just throw some curveballs. We threw some
hairy curveballs.
I think she was kind of talking about us, y'all.
That's
we
what I'm talking about. All y'all. I didn't have none of my girls on tonight.
We threw some hairy curveballs.
Yeah, hairy curveballs. But anyway, I got one love to you guys. I know. Let me see. When is our next show? We're gonna be on here next week. We're gonna shoot for Sunday. Is it a game Sunday? Or do y'all like Monday?
Monday Night Football.
Oh no, can't do that. We're gonna shoot for Sunday. Sunday be a challenge for Brian a little bit, but he do get here when he can. What you say, Brian?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, Tuesday or Wednesday is good, better for you?
Yeah.
Tuesday or when? Tuesday is not good for John because he got other things. I don't know. What you guys think about a Wednesday? Y'all, what do y'all think about a Wednesday instead of a Sunday?
Nothing but to do it.
Try it out.
I mean, we've never done a Wednesday before. We could try it and see.
Try it out.
And then if it don't work, we going right. Because you know, when it's football season and stuff starting, I usually try to twist it a little bit because it's either Monday nights or Sunday. And Sundays is a little challenging for some of us. Wednesday, I just got to hurry up and get here from that traffic. But
it's the same you would do for Mondays, right?
Yeah, Mondays is harder for me. So let's say this. We're going to try one time, Brian, just for your sake. We're going to see how it go. We're going to try to be on the show. Oh, man, that's going to be Wednesday the 13th.
Just a couple days later.
Hush up. Wednesday 13th. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of what we do. We're going to see you next Wednesday. Table Talk, Grown Folk with Donna Smith. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks to my panel. Hey, girl. And I want to make sure you guys be safe. And I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you.